Yeah, good night. This is your boy Buck Get It, and I've been asked by some of my viewers to speak about the COVID-19. That's the another name given to the novel coronavirus. And there was a press conference today put on by the government of St. Kitts, and just want to recap, highlight some of the most important things, because sometimes persons don't want to hear the long press conference. They just want the key points. So some of the things that came out of the press conference is that they have revisit islands that have the coronavirus, right? And there is a possibility they might put in more restriction. I think there's 9 countries, right, that have cases of the coronavirus, right? And we know St. Kitts, it's a destination where persons from all over the world come to St. Kitts, either pass to St. Kitts and goes elsewhere, right? Now, one of the key things is that St. Martin and St. Bart's have a case each, and we know St. Martin is close by, and what I like, right, what was said is that it's a matter of when you come in, that if you're gonna come here, because it's a worldwide spread disease that they say they have no cure for. Yeah, right. So nevertheless, they continue, and I'm just reading from the article posted at my website. You could go and you could see this article to www.buckygatit.com, and you will see all the latest articles. So some of the basic measures is after coughing or sneezing, right, you want to wash your hands when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, wash hand visible dirty, after handling animals, animal waste. I mean, it's the basic thing they're saying that you must continue to do, right? If you're in a bus, right, you might want to buy some hand sanitizer, and try to use more hand sanitizer before and after buses. Try to avoid putting your hand in your face, because that's where the virus is really spread. So all the load of mask and so is not really so much protected. The mask is really if you're coughing, to prevent persons who are coughing actually from getting in your mouth. But the coronavirus, right, is spread to the pores, to your skin. So avoid putting your hands, especially if your hands are dirty, in your face. Let me see if I can scan through the article very quickly and try to pick out some of the, like I said, the key elements that was being spoken there. There was training being done to the port and the port and customs security. They're gonna be other training, right? They're gonna be visit to the schools, right, where they're gonna educate you about the coronavirus, the step to take, the preventive measures. Mr. Nubian raised a good point about children who are asthmatic, and it's very interesting to learn that this coronavirus is not being, it's a lesser chance to affect children. I think it's from 18 below somewhere there, but for children, right, it don't seem to attack them. It seems to go for the more mature people. So for persons who have children who are asthmatic and other, breathing problems or whatever, you want to be careful still, so make sure they wash their hands. Make sure you might want to buy some of those small hand sanitizer. Those can help. When you get home, you want to make sure your place is clean. So just continue taking the necessary measures. What else? But very important, there was 2 situations. I won't say cases, 2 situations where a lady came from Japan. I wonder if it's in this article. A lady came from Japan, and she said she was there and she wanted to be tested, right? And there was another person, right? They had them quarantined for I think it's quarantine is the correct term, because they have quarantine and isolation. In the press conference, they actually tell you what is the difference between quarantine and isolation. I think they were quarantined for 14 days, right? And they came out negative, so that's a positive sign, right? And they also said to rely on reliable information. There's a lot of things circulating on Facebook and on other people's page, right? I don't know if they're true. I'm not following them. I'm trying to stick with the government release articles. I'm trying to follow other countries who are putting out stuff, you know. So you really have to be careful. You could always ask a question. You have the CMO here. You have NEMA. These are persons who are guided, right? You see the chairman of the National Disaster Mitigation Council, the Attorney General, Honorable Vincent Byron, that's him. So all these people who actually are hands-on, the Honorable Wendy Phipps, the Prime Minister himself, right? All these are persons who you could actually liaise with if you want to know more about the coronavirus. The Honorable Lindsey Grant was present. You know he's in charge of tourism, right? So there was a case where a boat was not allowed to dock here. Well, boat is the correct term, right? So you could see there are steps that are taken. So I want people to be careful of a lot of negative things. There will always be more that can be done, right? But instead of bashing, right, see how you can reach the message out. This is something that could and would affect many persons, right? So when it comes to sickness and diseases, they don't pick out who to go to, right? So these are serious things, and I don't want to go too deep in that, but I'm hoping the Dr. Joe is a very good friend of mine. I'm hoping that he can shed some light and see where he could lend a helping hand towards the government to protect us. Not saying that the government can do it on their own, but more hands make work lighter, right? The Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas is also a doctor. I'm hoping that parties can put aside and we can actually come together for the betterment of the country, instead of people putting out a lot of propaganda about this amount of persons have been come to St. Kitts and this amount of persons have been affected and wherever. The misleading information going to make people panic. So I just want to highlight from the press conference today that a lot of step has been taken. I shared a press conference from the CARICOM country. It was about 6 hours, where you could see the whole Caribbean, right, is on alert. This is something that's going to affect the whole tourism industry. And we in the Caribbean, we depend on tourism, right? That's our biggest boost for, for funds. So that's what I'm saying. We got to put away politics aside, and we got to come together and see, right, how we could get things done, Because if nobody come here, the money can be circulated. If people come in here, they need to be tested, let them be tested. And I'm hoping that persons who are contact with persons who have it or whatever, at least they could say something. I must give kudos to whoever young lady who came from Japan, who volunteered that, hey, I was there, I'm okay, but I want to be tested to make sure I'm okay. And I'm hoping that more persons who might have come from an island or a country where the coronavirus, is, to come forward and say these things. So I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to just highlight the coronavirus, and we all know it came out of China, and I'm not sure how much information is being published in terms of how much persons have been contacted, how much persons have been diagnosed, how much persons have been treated, but just be careful with the fake news. They're gonna come, and they're gonna come fast. It's an election here. They have election here, I think it's Guyana today. Sorry, need a little water. But yeah, you just want to be careful with the amount of fake news gonna come out, right? This is about Bucky got it and Bucky has got it. I will try to keep up to date with it, as I can be affected too in my little island in Kitts-Nevis, right? But hey, the most I can do, send the news. There gonna be a lot of live conferences on different countries. You might want to spend some time and be a part of it. Stay alert for when the government of St. Kitts-Nevis, have any new issues to report, any new ban from countries. All these things you have to stay alert. This is the boy Bucky. I got it. Over and out.